Hello class 12. Today we will continue with the chapter attention. Today is the third day of your class attention chapter, third part, and still now we have discussed the definition and the characteristic feature of attention. Today we will start with the determinants of attention. Now before going through details, first let me explain what is the meaning of determinants and what is the meaning of the word determinants. Determinants means the particular feature which are determining a particular object. Now, if I say that suppose a fruit I am taking, suppose orange, it is round in shape, it is orange in color, and it is sweet, and it is having a particular smell. So these attributes and these features are finalizing that what fruit I am going to name about. Now suppose what shall I say, suppose crow. So what are the attributes I am getting? How can I tell that yes, it is a crow? It's a black in color. You can tell it characteristics, but it's a little bit difference. That how can we, characteristics means which are the feature, means what are the nature of the particular thing, but attributes mean how can we identify and what are the basic quality hidden that inside that particular object. Means here these are the determiners or determinants, those who will help you to reach that particular object. Now determinants means the feature which are helping to recognize or to understand the particular object. Now here attributes, determinants of attention are divided into two parts. It's objective and subjective. So today we will only discuss the objective determinants of attention. It's too long. So in your book number page number 19 you will get all the details. Page number 19 you will get everything, but still let me discuss one by one. What are the points? Intensity of the stimulus, extensity of the stimulus, repetition of stimulus, novelty of the stimulus, movement of the stimulus, suddenness of a stimulus, clarity of perception, and location of stimulus. So let's start one by one. First is intensity of a stimulus. So suppose what is the meaning of intensity? How intense it is, how deep it is, isn't it? Means suppose you are hearing a loud sound or you are seeing a very vibrant color, a vibrant green or a vibrant blue, isn't it? What will happen? Among many people, the person who is wearing a very dark color or a very vibrant or a very bright color, your attention will fall on that. So the first feature is intensity of the stimulus, how intense the stimulus is, how loud, how shocking, how great it is. The force or the intensity is how much, depending on that attention depends. So as the intensity is more, the attention will fall on him or her or on that particular object more. Number 2, extensity of the stimulus. So extensity, intense and extense is a two different just reverse word. Intense means how deep it is, and extensive means the place where it is extended on. Means the when we explain some range of mountain, what do we say? That the extent of Himalayan range is from there to there, isn't it? So we are extending it, means we are describing the extensity. So the bigger the extensity is, the greater the attention will be. So extensity of the stimulus means suppose you are seeing many things in a museum. Suppose suddenly you are seeing that there's a big skeleton of a dinosaur, what will happen? Your eye will definitely fall on that particular one first, because many skeleton, many animal skeleton and different sorts of things are there. But when you are reaching, immediately in front of you, you are seeing a big skeleton of a dinosaur. So obviously your attention will fall on that particular skeleton. So the larger is the stimulus, your attention will run faster behind that. Next is repetition of the stimulus. Now repetition of the stimulus means, see, here two things I have to tell. In your book you will get that suppose there's a sound, it is very faint, very slow, but if it continue for a longer period of time, it will definitely catch your attention. Though it is very mild, suppose everything is okay, you are sleeping, the night is cool and calm, everything, suddenly you continuously after a long, short period of time, you are hearing a sound, but you cannot locate the position of the sound. So first one or two times your mind will ignore the stimulus, but after a time, if you see or if you hear the sound for some repetitive times, it will attract your attention. So repetition of the stimulus is also a determinant of attention. So when the stimulus is being repeated, even if the amount or the force of the stimulus is very mild or very slow, still your it is being repeated for so many times, your attention will fall on that, and you will search for the source of the sound, from where the sound is coming. Next is novelty of the stimulus. Yes, so novelty of the stimulus, what is the meaning of novelty? Novelty means something which is unique, which you have never seen, isn't it? Something, suppose a new dress. When you go to shopping mall, you search for the new dress, or when you are going to any marketplace for a new dress, you search for the very recent dress, because that is a unique one you want. Suppose a unique model of car which has come just now, we have seen. So that model suddenly you have seen in the road. So what will happen? Your interest will fall on that. So, what model of car it is, isn't it? Because it is a little bit different from all others. So our attention will fall on that. So novelty of the stimulus is very important, because when you are seeing something, we can see any type of car anywhere, many type of different sorts of car. But if you see a new model which has just come out from the company, so what is it's in the production, the product is come out just now, so what will happen to you? Your attention will suddenly fall, and you will tell your friends and your family members to see that is the new model. So that is the novelty and uniqueness of the particular object. So when you are paying attention to it, when you are seeing to it, avoiding all other cars, your attention will fall on that. So that is the novelty of the stimulus. Next is movement of the stimulus. Now movement means, suppose in the book you will get the same example. Suppose in a toy shop you are seeing many things, and suddenly you have seen a dancing doll or a roaming car, remote control car. What will happen? Your attention will first fall on that, because it is having a movement, isn't it? Because it is not standing in a particular place. You see a dancing doll, because it is moving. A car, it is moving. A small battery run toy which is moving around the floor. So your attention will fall on that, because the object is moving, because the particular stimulus is coming from a moving object, and your eye will seek attention to the particular object. So if a particular object has a particular type of movement, it will obviously catch your attention. Next is suddenness of a stimulus. Suppose you are paying attention to it, and suddenly a sound appears. You thought something has fallen, or you have heard a sound of a bomb, so you will get nervous, isn't it? So anything which will happen suddenly will attract your attention. Obviously, someone has pushed you from back, you do it among your friends, isn't it? Someone is talking with someone and you suddenly came and pushed him or her at from the back. So the suddenness will help the child to see what is happening behind, what is going on in the behind. So suddenness of the stimulus will help to reach you that what you are why this, what is the sudden source of irritation or sudden source of stimulation, isn't it? Yes. Next is clarity of perception. Now see, clarity here also the same example given in the book. Clarity means suppose in many copies when we used to check, we see a clear copy with a good handwriting, with neat and cleanliness. What do we feel? The attention immediately falls on that particular copy. Or like that, when you see something very neat and when you get inside it and you feel that yeah, this is very clear and clean, our attention will definitely fall on that. So a clean handwriting copy, why do we suggest you to write it cleanly? Why do we suggest you to write it proper, keeping gap among words, keeping gap among paragraphs, doing starting a new paragraph from a new fresh line? So the because to get the clarity of your copy, what you know, you are presenting it in your copy. So clarity always attracts the individual. So clarity of perception means when we suppose we are checking the copy, when the sentence what you want to write is clearly written, it is very easy for us to check. Even if you write it in a bad manner, but still we have to check. But the thing is, it becomes little bit difficult for us. So the more the clarity, more the perception is good. Finally, location of the stimulus. Yes. So location means it is a particular place where it is located. Suppose when you are giving your address, suppose your house is at the first house of that particular row or the first particular lane. So what you will say, that it is very easy to identify our house because the pink color house and the first house in that particular lane is our house, isn't it? So location means you are locating how, with the color, with the prominent place where it is located, and with the particular address. So location of a particular object is when it is in front of your eyes. Why I am saying that, yes, my it is very easy to identify my house, because my house is the first building of that particular lane. So you go, you reach over there, the right hand side house, pink color house is my house. So it is very easy to understand, to locate for the unknown person. Okay, so location means the place or the position where a particular object is placed, isn't it? So if I tell a boy or a girl student, very small student, that go and bring that red ball. So why that red ball I am telling? Because there is only one red ball and other balls are different in color. So why I am telling that one? Because the red color and the ball, what I am indicating is locating the position of the particular ball, and through that it will be easier for the child to select the ball. If I tell please bring the ball, the child will ask which ball, which color, what color do you want? So when I am locating something, when I am indicating something, it is becoming prominent for the person to get his attention and to understand its place and position. So this is all about the objective determinants of attention. You will get all these points in your book. Next day we will start with the subjective determinants of attention, and finally we will go through the discussion on what is the educational importance of attention. For today, thank you.